Are we live now?
Yeah. I
Guess
thought that
what?
would have been clear. But
No, it's never
I
clear
fear
because
no.
I'm the dumpster boy, and this is Spotlight Games. And guess what? I'm fucking taking over in the hot seat tonight. And I'm pretty sure we just got demonetized because I dropped a curse word within the first 5 seconds
Ooh, maybe.
of the video. And guess what, audience? It is degenerate Christmas, and it came early. Let me tell you right now, I've got the Hawaiian shirt on. I've got the backwards hat. I've got the sunglasses, but I can't take the sunglasses off. So technically, they're always there. But it is the degenerate Christmas. I am, like I said, the dumpster boy, and I'm back in the driver's seat tonight because Patrick wasn't supposed to be here. Saying all of that, tonight we are breaking down the June 2026 Sony State of Play that officially, I would say, kicked off Summer Games Fest. Was it good? Was it bad? Did the finale make me cream my leathers? Well, guess what? Stay tuned to find out. But before we get to that, I've already mentioned his name once already. My host with me tonight on today's show, the baby boy, is back in town, and he's riding shotgun for potentially the first time in 208 episodes. That's right. The host with the most, dumping the truck. That's right, the only white chocolate I want in my life, my sweet baby boy, Patrick Schweiger.
Goo goo gaga. I'm so happy to be here. I cut my vacation early specifically to come home for the State of Play reaction. That's the story I'm going with. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me. Also, thank you so much for talking about my ass. I love it when people talk about my luscious cheeks. But I'm excited to talk about State of Play with you tonight, Cayman.
I'm very excited about it too. Patrick, can I tell you a story about what happened to me earlier today?
I would love for you to.
As we all know, and the audience has been a part of the ride with me of the saga regarding Quigley.
Yeah.
The latest addition to the family. So today was the day we were to take her to the vet to get spayed.
Oh, big day.
Big day today. And so at 8 o'clock this morning, I corralled her up and put her into the crate, or her little carrier. She, come to find out, very much did not want to leave the house.
Oh, no.
And in the process, bent the nail on my finger backwards somehow. So, like, almost ripped my nail off my finger. But here's the thing is, that's not even, the highlight of the story. No, the highlight of the story comes at around 2 hours later. I get a call from the vet. And the vet's like, hey, so we sedated her, shaved her belly. And we realized that not only does she have a tattoo, she's already been spayed. And we're like, how the fuck did you guys not
What do you mean she has a tattoo?
So rescue animals in a lot of places, Atlanta's one of them. I see. Here they do it too, apparently, where they will do like a blue line tattoo. That lets you know it's an indicator that it's a rescue. It's been through some rescue so that you can do some sort of tracking if possible.
More humane than snipping their ear, that's for sure.
That is 100% correct. And that's the whole thing is when we didn't see the snipped ear, we were like, well, we don't think she's ever bitten. Like we think she's a stray. You know, we don't think she's ever been through anything, probably abandoned where we live. A lot of animals get abandoned, and that's just, we live next to a national forest. That happens all the time. It's just part of life here. And even the vet said the same. So they're like, well, she's got that. I'm like, well, did you check to see if she was microchipped? And they were like, we did.
Oh, no.
And she is.
Oh, no.
And
Don't tell me you have to give back Quigley.
At this point, my heart falls into my stomach.
No.
I don't think I've been this physically ill emotionally in a very long time. Because all that's going through my head is like, I have no idea what's going to happen next, but like, I love this cat. And I'm not a cat guy. I've become a cat guy because of Quigley. And my heart is breaking in real time.
Oh.
And they're like, we're going to do some investigating and we'll call you and let you know what's going to happen. I said, okay. I don't hear anything back. Sid goes to pick her up. I get a call from Sid, and she goes, I got Quigley. And I was like, okay. And she goes, did the vet call you? And I was like, no, they never did. And she was like, well, I can tell you my surprise when I walked in, and they were all clapping and cheering because they were all so happy for us. They found the owner. They live from us like 10 miles away.
Okay.
They adopted the cat, tossed it out in their barn, lost it 2 weeks later, and just assumed because we live in the middle of nowhere in the mountains, a coyote probably ate it. So they were like, well, they've done all these things. They've gotten her on all these treatments and all this work done and all these things. And it's been with them for like 2 months. And they were like, apparently incredibly rude to the vet. And then was like, it's fine. We thought she was dead anyway. We'll just go get a new cat. They can have it. So they surrendered the cat to us.
They surrendered Quigley. Thank fucking Christ.
So we have registered Quigley as our own. I don't want to say what the name is that they gave Quigley because I fear as though it was racist.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. And so when we heard the name, we were like, you know what, man, we're not going to bring that name up again.
Oh no.
I understand why they named it that. I don't think the intent was, but I definitely think that anyone with a half-working brain, anyone that wasn't a Trump supporter, would have realized that that wasn't a name that you should name your cat.
No.
So that being said, Quigley is Quigley. And so does she have a
Quigley
middle
is
name?
Quigley.
I don't know. It's just Quigley. She's just Quigley. And what I love about the name, though, Quigley, is it doesn't matter where we take her or whoever sees her. Every single person is like, I fucking love that name. That is just the cutest name in the world. Because she's just a little tortie.
Yeah.
That is tiny with these big yellow eyes. And her name's Quigley. And dude, I can tell you right now, Patrick, you've missed out on a lot. Because while you've been gone, she has grown into her personality.
Yes.
We have a comedy cat. She does funny things, and I think she does them for attention. So she'll like run into a room and just like shoulder roll and slide. And then like look at you like that. And I'm like, dude, you're so fucking funny. You're the funniest little thing in the world. Like, I love her so much, dude.
So you're not going to call her original name, which was, I assume, Cracker.
No. I'll shoot you a text
We
later.
can stop there.
We'll shoot you a text later. Tell you it's like I said. I understand why you would have like where that name would have come from. I get it. But also if you have just rub your two brain cells together and be like,
Sure.
maybe shouldn't go that direction with the name. Either way,
Samson says how many subs for Quigley's dead name?
oh god, Quigley
15,
is Quigley. Quigley is Quigley. We love her. I'm not kidding, Patrick, when I say this. I would fucking kill a person for Quigley.
Oh yeah, no. If a vet, like when we first brought Joe in from our porch, if we went to the vet and the vet was like, "Oh, sorry, Joe's name is actually Honky and he belongs to the guy down the street," I would have killed somebody. Because Joe at that point, the bond we had, they would have been in big trouble. Cayman. Simple
I
as that.
just Discord messaged you.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
That's crazy.
That is crazy, right? But you can like, okay, Tortie that's very dark. Her fur is very dark. Tortie with bright yellow eyes. I get the whole vibe that they were kind of, but also
I don't.
Things, right?
I don't.
Colvite's Grand Theft Auto line. Enough about that.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, I would kill a man for this cat, and thankfully I don't have to because they surrendered it to us. But guess what? We have a whole lot of video game stuff to talk about because this is, like I said before, the Spotlight Games podcast where each week we spotlight the latest and the greatest in the world of video games. You can get it by subscribing to our YouTube channel at Drop In Drop Out Pod or by searching Drop In Drop Out or Spotlight Games in your favorite podcast app. And hey, you can be on the show by tuning in as we record live Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/DropInDropOutPod. So be sure to follow us there so that you're notified when we are going live. Let's jump and do a little housekeeping.
Yep.
Patrick, I'm actually just going to pass the mic to you for this because
Yeah.
I'm going to open the floor. Like we said at the top of the show, this is Summer Games Fest. Summer Game Fest.
One game,
They need
only
to
one.
add an S. They need to add an S to it. It's so fucking stupid. Joff, you and Phil
Joff.
Spencer got together. You fucking got together, you Canadians. You fucking Canucks. I know Sir de Jim's out there somewhere.
Sir to Jim.
Sir de Jim. Sir Dr. Pepper out there fucking right now. He's rubbing his maple leaves together. He's so angry. I swear. But like I said, this is Summer Game Fest this week, which means it is Hell Week for us at Dido. We are making lots of content, and it's coming fast and loose. So Patrick, why don't you tell the people at home all about it?
Oh, for sure. I do want to also quickly say, Sir Dr. JM, Samson in the chat, our favorite Canadians, Sir Dr. Jamie, you did get a shout out during the State of Play reaction because there was a character that looked like you to me. So my goal for you, my challenge is to go find that. I don't remember what game it was, but it was very good. Batgirl was there. It was very good. It was very funny. Okay, so this week, all sorts. I mean, if you know what's happening in Summer Game Fest, we're basically reacting to all of it. So Friday, we got Summer Game Fest Prime, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 hours or some kind of change on all the biggest announcements from the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles. I actually don't know if it's at the Peacock Theater this year. And then Sunday, we're going to have Xbox, but we're going to also be live throughout the week for a couple other things. Thursday night, we're going to be doing an episode, myself and Cayman, and maybe a special guest.
What's the episode about? What's the episode about?
We're going to be talking about, to kind of kick us off into the release season, or not release season, announcement season, our favorite best game announcements of years past, which you're hosting, or am I hosting?
I'm hosting.
There you go.
I'm on fire this week.
He's on
Patrick.
fire.
I'm going to hold a poll in chat to see who wants to be our third guest. It's going to be mysteries. Holding a poll.
Okay.
Who's going to be the third chair? Who wants in, guys?
It? For 10 subs, it can be yours.
I'm pretty sure that the TOS or something says we can't sub out for third chair, can we?
I don't know. And then next week, whenever the Nintendo Direct is going to be, probably Tuesday of next week, we will also live react to that. But essentially, as long as you're following Drop In, Drop Out Pod right here on twitch.tv/, you're going to know when we go live for all of our reaction content. And also, we don't typically, or I don't typically at least, say this on an episode, but times like this, there's a lot of people fighting for people's attention when so many things are being announced and shown and reacted to. So especially on socials, whenever we're posting our reactions to these fun times, a like and a comment goes a long way. So if you like what we're doing, let us know. Or if you don't like what we're doing, let us know, because engagement's engagement, baby. But we are excited about the rest of this week. A lot of it's going to be me, Jerica, and Cayman, just by nature of the way schedules have worked out. But it's going to be a fun time, so I hope you stick around and support, because we're going to have fun.
One thing I'll say is I'm not one to shell out, to sell out to the crowd, to be the ones that's like, slam that subscribe button. But one thing I will say, this is, like I said, Christmas for the degenerates.
Oh, yeah.
And as we all know, video games are video games, and we all have a friend who likes video games. This is a perfect time for you to text that friend of yours that's not part of our Discord and say, hey, this is a really big week for video games. And I can tell you right now, if you want to know the greatest and the wettest games that are coming out the rest of this year, and when we talk about wettest, we're going to talk about the month of September specifically here in a minute. That's going to be a hell week of September. Then reach out to that friend. Tell that friend, join the Discord, because that is where we're going to be posting so much. I'm not kidding when I say this episode is going to unlock something in all of you. Your leathers will be creamed by the time this episode ends. I can promise you that. So join the Discord. Tell your friends to join as well, and then they can join us with all the degeneracy that's happening this week. But Patrick,
Before we jump in, Cayman.
No. Yes.
Have you seen my shirt? Did I show you this shirt that I
No,
got
you didn't.
in Amsterdam?
Oh, you told me about it. I love that shirt.
It just says, although I think maybe for the stream it's backwards. It says ketamine, and on the back of it,
good. So it's ketamine. Ketamine. Do you feel a little bit like
I got a horse
like
with ketamine.
like Elon Musk's sleep paralysis demon wearing that shirt?
Is Elon a big ketamine guy?
Oh, dude, that dude's on ketamine at all times of the day. Have you not seen the videos of him? I would do a reaction, but I don't think it would work for audio listeners. Just picture audio listeners. Picture in your head just me, like grinding my teeth and my eyes are swirling everywhere. That's Elon Musk in most clips recently.
Sure.
The man is fucked out of his gourd.
Constantly in a K-hole, for sure.
Constantly in a K-hole. I have a friend of mine that was like, you should try ketamine to do like an actual like ketamine therapy. Don't just try ketamine. Like do it in a safe location. And when I was talking about it, it's basically like one of the last ones you do of the ketamine is they make you go into a K-hole.
Oh boy.
And then that unlocks your brain. And he was like, dude, I haven't had like my severe depression symptoms since. It's like, well, shit, maybe I'll become a K guy.
If I wear the shirt in public, are people going to think I like Elon Musk? I didn't know that he was a big cat head. I just thought it was a funny shirt.
I love no, you're fine. It's a funny shirt.
I don't want people
You're
to think
funny.
I like
Just
Elon.
no,
'Cause I
the
don't.
the chronically online people may question, but fuck those people. We're the worst anyway. Okay. So that being said, let me talk a little bit about state of play and
Yeah.
Sony's state of play. Let's give a little history here. Sony hasn't had a good state of play in probably a couple years. Probably since I would say that Sony's state of plays have been lacking since probably we haven't hit the same high since the PlayStation 5 announcement state of play, where we got to see the actual like console for the first time. That was probably the last time Sony had like.
And was that a state of play or was that the other thing?
No, they stopped doing those.
They did,
before
Got it.
The PlayStation 5 dropped. So it's been a very tumultuous years, probably plural at this point, for Sony. They've dropped at least one game a year, roughly, that has been, in the game of the year contender list. This year, we were all kind of looking at this like Wolverine maybe in the list, Saros maybe in the list, but like, I think going into it, we were all very much like locked in that like Sony needed to do something big right now.
Yeah.
The games industry is floundering. The world's on fire. People are not happy or excited about much of anything anymore. And the PlayStation just got another price increase. It is pricing itself out of just like a normal household at this point. And so Sony really needed to come out this year and do something big. Give us something big that we could sink our teeth into and get happy about. I think they did it.
Do you?
I think they actually did it. I walked into this state of play saying, I am not excited about this. There's nothing that you can show me tonight that's probably going to change my mind. 2026 is fucked. We just need to get it over with. And I walked out of this being like, come September, oh my dear God.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not prepared for half of what's happening right now. And the things that aren't even happening in September, I'm even more excited about, which is crazy. So, Patrick, I'm going to stop there.
Yeah.
I'm going to open the floor to you. Thoughts going in.
Yeah.
High-level thoughts coming out. We'll do we'll give it a grade at the end.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of curious where you are right now before we do the full recap.
Going in, I didn't want to let myself get too hyped because I like so much of the internet that enjoys talking about and listening to people talk about video games. I can fall prey to the hype train of the, oh, wow. Enough people have just like started saying it online and in podcasts that I've now convinced myself Half-Life 3 comes out tomorrow. Like I can fall into that kind of thinking with these kinds of shows. And as we've been covering on Spotlight Games for years now, like you just said at the beginning, like so many states of play lately have just been kind of shit or at best mid. Right. And especially the last couple ones, we went into them thinking they've been so mid for so long. I feel like this has got to be the one. And while I don't know that I would say that this one was the one, it was a one. In a way that, like, if you go down the list, there's at least 5 things that are fucking awesome that were in this list that for me, I couldn't in good conscience say that this was not a good state of play. And I don't think I could in good conscience say that it was a mid state of play. I think it was a good state of play, good to great state of play. But I think comparing it to states of play of the past, this was a fantastic state of play.
Right. I came in, I remember saying this in the Dido episode, which last week the episode was our predictions, which I don't think I got a single one right. Maybe a couple were on the cusp of being right. But I walked into this being like, where was my hype level at? And it was a 6.
Yeah.
Of like, just this whole week, I'm at a 6. This state of play, I think, has set the bar of being like, we are in, I think, for a treat this year. I think this year is going to be a good one. My hype level has increased exponentially. And let me tell you one of the big reasons why. And that is the opening game, which this is where I think is I knew we are in for some shit.
Oh, yeah.
So the state of play opens with an extended gameplay look at Insomniac's Wolverine. Now, usually, historically, and we knew we were going to see Wolverine. Historically, though, Sony has kept extended gameplay for the end of shows.
Sure.
So this is one of the first times, maybe the only time they've started the show with an extended gameplay clip. And because of that, I immediately went, at the end of the show, a sledgehammer is coming down on our skulls.
Oh,
Something
sure.
fucking heavy's about to hit. If you're starting with this, something wild is going to happen. And oh boy.
Oh,
So
boy,
gonna
did it.
just do a little bit. These are just my notes, loose notes. So we got to look at kind of some stealth gameplay that we haven't really seen too much of. It's always been like very action forward with the Wolverine. Got to see a little bit of the stealth gameplay. It does look a bit more linear than I was kind of expecting.
Yeah, for sure. I
But
agree.
it could also just be this is a vertical slice, so it could just be. But they even said at a certain point that this is a focused, story-driven experience, which makes me feel like this may not be like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, where there's all like you could come back to hub areas and do things. This may not be the case. This may very well be just a very linear, story-driven from point A to point B. It is incredibly fucking violent.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck, it's violent. We got our first look at Jean Grey, which was awesome. And then a couple last things was just like we got a showcase of combos, team up combos, which I'm very excited to see more of. Environmental kills, enemy variations, and different skills. And then last they ended with pre-orders are live now. So this is how we start the show. And we start fucking with a bang, Patrick.
Oh yeah. I don't think I could have been more impressed with Wolverine in this showing. Like the little bit that we saw a few months ago when they did like the full gameplay reveal, and it was a curated gameplay reveal. They weren't showing this much of like gameplay in a short segment the last time. So that yeah, I mean it looks so fucking good, and yeah, I love the inclusion of Jean Grey, and which like to me easily means Cyclops is in this game. Like you don't have two sides of the triangle between Jean, Logan, and Scott. So the wheels are already turning. Like where is this game going to be taking us? But yeah, it looks so good. And yeah, like you said, the gore and like seeing his skull at times. It's like this game. Yeah, I am so excited for this game. And yeah, the fact that they're sticking to that November 14th date is also very exciting. So yeah, I thought this was about as good of a start to the state of play as you could have had, I think.
Yeah. And Fringe Tip in the chat says, yo, we talking about how fucking hot this Short King looks. You know what, man? I'll say it right now. Looking sexy.
If they can show Cyclops bouncing on it wild style, I'll lose my fucking mind. Because that perfectly spread out chest hair on the boy Logan, oh my god.
On the boy. So a couple things that I'll point out just because it is live. One, Patrick, your date was off. This is dropping September 15th of
What did I
this
say?
year. November.
I meant
so
to say
just
September.
Yeah,
I was
just
thinking
once
September.
again. When you said November, I was like, oh, thank God there's a breathing room. Nope, no breathing room.
September. My bad.
So a couple things I'll point out just from the pre-order. So it's coming in at it's $70 standard. There is a digital deluxe edition. There's also an upgrade pack. You can pay an extra $10, so $80 for the deluxe. Deluxe edition comes with 5 exclusive suits, 5 exclusive claws, 3 technique points, the classic brown suit, early unlock, reflective claws, early unlock, 1 technique point, and 4 PlayStation avatars. This is a game that I'll pay the extra $10 for all that shit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
These are games like you get, like, I'll pay $10 to look sexy.
Yeah.
I
I think
want my Short King to look super hot.
I will be surprised if I play this game no fewer than 2 times. Because they haven't said how long it's going to be, but I'm thinking this is probably going to be in that like 10 to 12 hour range is my assumption. And so, yeah, and it's going to be thick with just set pieces and amazing combat scenarios. So yeah, I'm so locked in on Wolverine, dude.
Right. No, absolutely. So, Wolverine looks great, and I couldn't be more excited. The next game up, and this one was one that I was glad that it got the amount of screen time it did, because I don't think we really need to see any more of it until literally it drops in August 6th to be exact. And that's Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Now, I actually participated in the beta for Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls a few months ago, and I can definitely tell you that this is not the game for me. Yeah. I'm not a fighting game person. I love the art style and I love everything about it. I think that this game is going to be fucking hot.
Yeah.
I think
I
this
didn't
game is going
realize
to
you
be
were
a
a beta
huge
cuck,
hit.
Cayman.
I've been trying to get into the hunter gatherers, the Horizon
Oh,
hunter
yeah.
gatherers cuck chair,
Oh,
but I didn't get into the beta of that, and they didn't show it in the state of play.
I
Spoiler
could have
alert.
given you a code. That's my bad.
You fucking bitch boy.
I was gone the whole time, and
You were
I
gone
didn't
the
know you
whole
were
time.
trying. That's my bad.
So, a couple things announced during this because we did get a look at some new stuff. So they showed off the Knights of Doom. I'm pretty sure we've already seen Doctor Doom. I'm pretty sure you can
Yeah.
play as him in the beta. I don't think we've seen Magneto yet. We maybe have, but I definitely know. So essentially, Knights of Doom are Doctor Doom, Magneto, and then announcements of Green Goblin and Carnage. New stage is New York, so you can play in New York City, the new stage. Here's the thing: when I saw Carnage come on screen, part of me was like,
Carnage looks sick as fuck in this
okay,
game.
but like, maybe I'm a fighting guy now. Maybe I'm a fighting guy now.
Yeah, it did
I wanted
look.
to play as Carnage.
Yeah, Carnage looks awesome. I also like Green Goblin's like old school design with the purple hood and stuff. I just can't care about fighting games. It's just they're not
Same.
my genre. As good as this game looks, I just don't care. And so I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum, but I do hope that I never see this game again in a press conference until it releases. Please.
Yeah.
I'm begging you.
Dude, I'm telling you that this game, I really can tell you right now, this game is going to blow up on the fighting scene.
You think so?
There's going to be tournaments at fucking Starcade. Or not Starcade, Star Bar. What is the name of the... Whatever. In every single adult arcade,
Yeah.
in every major city, there will be Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls tournaments running. A couple things I want to point out about that. The pre-order is also live. It's for $60. You can get the standard edition. For $85, you get the game year one characters and stage pass, Howard the Duck lobby avatar, and Cosmo lobby pet. And then for $99 or $100, you get the game, the year one pass, Howard the Duck lobby avatar, Cosmo lobby pet, 5 character costumes, and an animated chromatic color unlock. So that is also live now. So if you are a fighting game fan, you can pre-order the game now. So it's live.
Samson in the chat says, I think it being a tag team game will stop it from catching to the casual, unfortunately.
Oh, this is
And,
not going to casual fans.
yeah, I don't know anything about fighting games, so I take that as truth, Samson. In fact, right now you are the fighting game expert to me. Anything you say, I will believe. Let me be clear.
But see, I think it's very clear to specify here, though, that yes, this game is not for casual fans. I think because of the Marvel label, there will be casual fans that buy the game. So I think it will be a commercial success to some degree. However, I do believe that because game is not designed for casuals, this game is going to go even harder for the fighting scene, which will give it legs for the longest time. So I definitely think that there's legs here.
Yeah. The FGC going to go crazy. That's what Samson's saying in the chat.
The FTC is going to go crazy.
FGC, the fighting game community.
Oh, the FT. I was like, the FTC is already going crazy. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
the Federal Trade Commission also going crazy.
So back during the Dido Spitfire predictions, I made a prediction that there would be a trailer at some point during SGF that Jake would cut a clip of him losing his fucking mind, and it was going to do bangers on social media. Because for some reason, that guy's face, he can make facial expressions, and people love him. I don't understand why, but people love him. And I think that one of it could be this, and that is Rayman Legends Untold.
Retold.
Retold. Holy fuck, this game is beautiful.
It's so pretty. I was a little disappointed that it seems to just be a remake of Rayman Legends, but Rayman Legends also is a fucking banger. So it's the kind of thing where it's like, I could be excited about this. I think. I do wish it was new though, and not.
I think it's one where like my wife watched the trailer and was like, "Oh my god, what is this game? This looks so cool." And I'm like, "You're gonna love it for about 10 hours, and then you're gonna hit a part. We're just gonna skill check you so fucking hard that you will not finish it."
Yeah.
And she was like, "So Crash Bandicoot?" I was like, "Exactly."
Sure.
Like that's just the one. I think that's the one thing we all have this collective we have this collective memory where we're like, Rayman. I loved Rayman as a kid. Brother, you couldn't get past like the third stage in Rayman as a kid. The game is brutally fucking hard.
Yeah, this one not as hard though. Rayman Legends, I
That's
remember
fair.
playing this when it launched this because it was like 2010-ish. I don't
Yeah.
remember the exact year, but I remember the Origins and Legends playing those
Yeah.
and being surprised at how much I liked them because I never cared about Rayman and like I think the character model of Rayman is one of the like ugliest character models of a protagonist, but I really like these games specifically. So I will probably play this. I just wish that it was new and not a rehash, a retelling, as it were.
So, I mean, and that's totally fair. I'm very excited about it, though. I definitely think that it just looks really fucking cool. And it just looks so fucking nice. Like,
Oh, it looks so
just
pretty.
looks
I mean, even back when
so
Legends
pretty.
launched on PS3, I remember being so impressed with how that game looked then. So it's cool that it's like doing that again on the PS5.
I concur. I concur. Now, this one, I believe, is going to be a sleeper hit.
Oh yeah.
This game, I think, has the potential chance to, and people argue with this, and I get where the argument comes from, because the developers behind the game, I think, because they're bankrolled by, I forgot what the publisher is that bankrolls them, but Dave the Diver.
Yeah.
I don't think people believe that it is an indie game. I don't know. I kind of fall in a place where I don't really care about that conversation very much because it doesn't really impact me in a way that matters. But I think just because of how Dave the Diver functions as like a game, I do think that a lot of people just ignored it because of what it looks like.
Sure.
And I think that there might be the same thing here. However, I do think this game is going to get much larger splash, and that is Boncho the Chef. This is a prequel game about Boncho. Now, Boncho is one of the, or if not the main cook in Dave the Diver, who's the sushi chef. And honestly, this looks more like Cooking Mama than Dave the Diver.
Yeah.
And I am fucking hyped for this game.
I'm so locked in on Boncho the Chef. I was saying during our reaction earlier, my favorite part of Dave the Diver was the sushi chef part and running the sushi restaurant. So there being a game that is mostly just around that portion of the game and expanding that out has me very excited. But even though my hype levels are about as high as they can be for this, I am a little worried because it's that classic case of like, okay, what if we only give you the part that you liked the most? Is it gonna still hold up? I don't know. We'll see. I'm having some cautious optimism about Boncho the Chef.
I love, well, they did throw in a little bit where you are fishing at some point. So you may not be diving necessarily. I honestly just can't wait to have all the cameos. Because there's going to be cameos galore.
Oh,
Man, this game looks so cool. And another one, my wife actually platinumed Dave the Diver. That's one of her like most favorited platinums. So very excited about that. Now the next game that comes up. Now Patrick.
Oh yeah.
I'm very interested in your thoughts. I'm not going to say too much.
Yeah.
But the next game announced is a game still in development. It's a up to 3-player co-op game set in what looks to be Tokyo, a very stylized looking Tokyo or Japan, called Kimuri. Mm-hmm. I want to know your thoughts on this because...
So Kimuri, it takes place in Kimuri City, which is a fictionalized version of like multiple Asian cultures. The game director was saying after they showed the trailer. I am so in on this game's aesthetic. I think it looks so cool. It's so pretty. It's the game. I forget her name.
I got you right now, buddy. Her name is Akumi Nakamura.
Yep.
She is the beloved. Okay, so a couple things about she won over the hearts.
Yeah.
The hearts of the public when she first came out. So she's worked through Capcom, and when she was through Capcom, Platinum Games, Tango Gameworks, big thing that everyone she got face like screen time. When it came out, she's the creative director for Ghostwire Tokyo, which you very much can tell that there is a lot of spiritual successor to Ghostwire Tokyo in this game from what we've seen. So she leaves Tango, and then announced that she was working on a new game, and then that game seemingly was canceled or maybe wasn't. And I think this is what she has been working on this whole
It
time.
seems like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like there's a few things that give me pause. Like, you know, if you listen to our podcasts, you know that I'm not typically the multiplayer guy. But this seems to be it's up to 3-player co-op, so potentially it can be single player or 2 or 3. So this is a game that I want to see more about. But so far, just based on what we're seeing and who she is, like Virum Dex in the chat says, she has such an amazing energy. I love her.
She does, yeah.
I'm bought in just on the vibe and her. Like, that's enough for me so far, at least until we see more. But we didn't get a date, like a specific date for this game. So it'll be a minute, I think. But
she specifically said it's still in development with an expectation of 2027, releasing on PlayStation 5. I want to pause there, Patrick.
Yeah.
Did you notice throughout the state of play that they were hammering home on every single game that didn't have like an actual release date or window? Everything said coming to PlayStation 5, coming to PlayStation 5, playable on PlayStation 5. Like, they're with the talk that Xbox could potentially, and I think they came out and said they're not actually going to show any hardware, but with the big rumors that Project Helix is floating around and that Xbox is going to be announcing the next console soon that they're going to be doing, I said that it was fucking stupid in today's climate to announce anything like hardware related because of pricing. Because you could see the backlash that Steam got when they announced that the Steam Deck is now $1,000. That it's not fucking a smart move. So this, I think, is a brilliant marketing strategy for Sony to say, hey, everything we're showing you right now might not be coming out in September, like everything else that we're going to show you.
For sure.
If it's not coming out in September, it's coming out in October, or it's coming out sometime. And then when it does come out, it's coming to the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
This game included in that batch of this is coming to the PlayStation 5.
Yeah. I did also find it interesting. I think this is a bit of a nothing burger, but that everything was being captured on the PS5 Pro. Probably because it just looks better and they want to show you the best possible version of the thing. But it is one of those things where, like, there's in the back of my mind, I'm like, is there anything more to that other than they just want you to see the best version of the game?
I think it's,
I don't know.
I understand where you're coming from, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
And I think the reason being is because I don't think the hardware is so substantial of a leap between base and pro that it could justify, like, there is a very distinct difference between the Series S and the Series X. I don't think there's that same leap between the base and the PS5 Pro.
That's true. That's a good point.
So, and I think because of that, like, let's be honest, like Crimson Desert doesn't look as good on the base that it does on the Pro, but it's not so substantial that it breaks the game, basically.
Yeah,
this is not a scenario where, like, Cyberpunk was barely running on the PlayStation 4 Pro. Barely, and that was still broken as hell. So, like, I don't necessarily think so, but I do think that there is a legitimate concern to be had, though.
Yeah.
Okay,
something to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Moving on, and definitely something I think to keep an eye on in 2027, late 2027 especially. Next up, they dropped some more gameplay footage, I suppose. More gameplay footage, a little bit more story of Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis.
Yeah.
Still looks great. Definitely am getting much more cartoony vibes than the previous 3 games in the reboot. I don't know if this is a reboot of the reboot, or if this is a retelling of the first game. There's definitely first game things.
It's a remake of the first game, to my understanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we think that that they're going to fall within canon? Of, like, this is canon with the reboot, or I guess not technically, because
it would be totally different.
This wouldn't have had to have happened. So I like the way it looks. I think it looks good. I don't know if I necessarily love that the camera's pulled back as far as it is. I don't know, something about I like being just a little bit closer, and they may give you the option to pull in closer. We do get a shot of dual wielding pistols, so I do love that is back, which definitely gave me vibes, right? And then I don't know if we had a release date yet, but we do now, and that is the game is dropping February 27th, 2027. So,
yeah, I think this, to me, it leads with, Amazon and MGM Studios. This is, I think, those studios trying to get us excited in a way for the upcoming. Oh, there's Sir Dr. JM, that guy right there, in the Lord of the Rings, or not Lord of the Rings. What the fuck is this? Tomb Raider, whatever. I think this is them just trying to get us excited for the Lara Croft show coming out with Sansa Stark in it. I think.
Which I'm down for. I saw like the promo pics of that. Like, hell yeah, brother.
Let's go back to
Totally
Sir Dr.
fucking
JM.
in.
I mean, come
Totally
on, dude.
fucking in.
Especially, y'all, look at that, dude. From the Forza Invitational, are you joking me right now? That's him in a fucking nutshell with a big old buckle too, I bet. Yeah,
hell yeah,
that's he's fucking there with us. Rest in peace.
There's a. I think it's up for pre-order. I'm not entirely certain. I can check real fast just to see. Tomb Raider, are you up for pre-order yet? Tomb Raider is. You can add it to your wish list. So you can add it to the wish list now, but no pre-orders up quite yet, which would make sense. Dropping in February, we got time.
We got time.
So let me tell you, the one that's potentially stole the show for me, the one that got me the most excited. Let me take you on a little trip, Patrick.
Please do.
I'm a young child,
Yeah.
and I had a copy of Jurassic Park 3 on DVD.
Yeah, you did.
And I watched that. I still have it back there. My copy on DVD is still on this shelf somewhere. The giant bean couch is in the way. I would go dig for it. I'm also not wearing pants, so you can't break TOS. And so I would watch that religiously. And
I'm pretty sure you and me watched Jurassic Park 3 together at some point in high school.
Probably. I wouldn't be shocked by that. I love Jurassic Park 3. It's probably that and obviously Jurassic Park 1, but I think Jurassic Park 3 is the second best Jurassic Park movie. And the reason I feel that way is I feel like Jurassic Park 3 is borderline horror.
Sure.
It is the only one outside of the original Jurassic Park that I feel like nails the fact that this is fucking terrifying. That you're on an island that has like structures and things built. And I think it's even more scary in 3 because you see all these structures from before that are now decrepit and overrun, which gives it almost like an apocalyptic vibe. And there's dinosaurs that will kill you around you.
Yeah.
And I've always said the reason that the new Jurassic Park movies suck is because they went so far in the direction of like, we need to make these to sell toys.
Sure.
That we're going to get away from what's scary about Jurassic Park. And in turn, you end up with this cartoonish, over-the-top, goofy action movie starring Chris Pratt in 2 of the 3. And ScarJo, which was the only good part of the last one. I couldn't even tell you what the fucking last one was about. Dumb fucking movie. Terrible. Now, I've stood by this and I've said it over and over again that if Jurassic Park wants to be good again, it has to get scary again. And they announced a game, showed off a game today called The Lost Wild.
Yeah.
It is a first-person stealth horror game set in a world that appears to be overrun with fucking dinosaurs.
And in a big fucking cage. Like on the stream earlier, I was like, is this Jurassic Park 3? Because they're in the big fucking cage.
It looks genuinely... It is everything that I've wanted from a Jurassic Park movie. This is what it looks like.
That's awesome. I'm excited that you're excited, and now I'm more excited.
Yeah, I'm so fucking hyped for this game. We don't have a release date yet. Window 2027. It was a really quick. I'd highly recommend if you didn't get to see this one, definitely go. If you didn't watch any of the State of Play, definitely go watch the live react with Jarek and Patrick. It's a really good show. Very good time. So that was one I was excited about. Patrick, just outside of my story time.
Yeah.
Feeling it, not feeling it. Where are we at?
I need more information. I'm interested to some degree, but it didn't like blow my skirt up.
Well, good news is the rest of the next 3 games they showed off. I feel like the next 3 games were a breather. It was like, look, we've hit you. Let's take a little time to slow down. We're going to cover some groundwork. People will be excited about this. Next up, they showed off a very brief vibes only trailer for Phantom Blade Zero. And really the only information we got from this is they're going to be doing some sort of extended look in summer, late summer, or later in summer.
Yeah, it was
That's
very
really
confusing
it.
because also I was under the impression that we had a September date, and then they were like, you're getting a release date in late summer. And then now Fantasy Critics website is saying that it's coming in October. And it's very muddy messaging. I continue to not care about this game. I only care because I drafted it on my team because I assume it'll score well.
It looks like it was delayed out of September to October 29th.
Which has me nervous.
Honestly, I'll be straight with you here. Why would you release anything else in September at this point?
I mean, that's a good point.
If you needed additional time to cook in the oven, and you're like, should we rush it, or should we rush, or should we, or even more so, just like the game will be ready in September, but like the truth is, we're not going to get, we need to get in before GTA, but not while everyone is playing video games in fucking September.
That's a good point.
So, not really anything else to say about that, to be honest. I guess we'll know more later this summer. Next up was Dune Awakening, the open world survival RPG. I want to say by the developers of the Conan game, the Conan MMORPG. Right. I believe is the thing. The only big takeaway here is they showed us some gameplay, and the gameplay actually looked kind of fun. But the big thing was they announced that there's going to be a single player story mode. And that to me was like, okay, now you've got my attention. However, you are dropping September 22nd of this year.
Yeah, that's tough.
And it's only going to get worse, guys. It is fucking only going to get worse from here. I only know one person, my mortal enemy, Evan Brando.
Yeah.
Who would play this next game, and that is Dynasty Warriors 3 Remastered. For some reason, I just feel like Evan. Could you text Evan right now and confirm that this is true? Can we call him live on air?
I can call him.
Let's try. So while you're calling Evan, I'll cover a couple things. So first, this is the full edition, whatever that means. Remastered, a modern revival. They're adding in a protagonist from Dynasty Warriors Origins, and the game will be dropping on October 1st. And we got a ringer going.
We got a ringer.
We're ringing.
Yo!
Hey, Evan, you're live on Spotlight Games. How are you?
Oh my God, what an honor. This is crazy.
How you doing?
Good. I'm watching the PlayStation State of Play right now.
How about that? Have you got to the part where they showed Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Remastered Edition?
No, but holy smokes, did that happen?
It did, and Cayman was under the impression, he guessed that maybe that would excite you as his mortal enemy.
Yeah, as not a big Dynasty Warriors guy, it's funny because 3 is kind of the only one I really like.
That's so funny.
So I'll fucking do it even more.
You can't hear Cayman, but he's very excited that he was kind of right.
Don't need to hear him. I'm just excited he's taking an L. Well, I guess right.
he's taking half an L.
I'm tied up. I'm all twisted up over this.
I kind of set you up, but that's okay.
I love this.
Well, hey, we miss you, Evan. For those that are newer here, Evan, for the longest time, was the most present of our guests, and he hasn't been on in a long time. So maybe we got to change that, Evan.
Yeah, we got to do that. I mean,
think so.
I'm playing Mina the Hollower right now. Ooh. Got a lot of thoughts on that.
There are some rumblings about a Mina the Hollower bonus episode, so I'll text you.
Interesting. Yeah.
Interesting. All right, talk to you later. Thanks for answering. Bye.
Love you, bye.
Bye, love you, bye. There you go.
I fucking told you. I knew it. I feel like he would do it. I won't be playing this.
Me either. Yeah, couldn't care.
But I'm glad that Evan is. Another game that's dropping in October of this year. A game that I'm actually excited to get my hands on. A game that has been up to this point in time, been in early access. Specifically, if I believe, and I might be correct on this, only on Xbox and PC, but I don't even know if you can do it through Steam. I know Xbox. It was on Game Pass. Early access was. And that is No Rest for the Wicked. Now, Patrick, you played the early access, and I don't think you were a big fan of it, right?
I didn't love it. I put about 10 or 15 hours into and it was on Steam. It was on PC. And there was just something about it that just like didn't click for me. I really, really wanted to like it. And I was there on like day one. So like there were assets that were like, had like place holding text in them. Like it was rough those first 10 hours, but just the gameplay itself, it has like some super light Souls type things going on in it. And there was just something about it that just like wouldn't click with me. And it doesn't help that the devs of this studio are kind of dipshits. So I don't, you might like it from the action RPG of it all, but the head of the studio said some shit about what did he say? There were things. I mean, he's been on record saying a few things.
That's fair.
But
okay, we'll put aside the dev being a dipshit for a moment.
For sure.
It's coming to PlayStation 5, full crossplay, You can play the entire game start to finish in co-op. This is the full 1.0 release, dropping in October.
Yeah.
Does any of that information make you feel more inclined to say, like, I may jump back in if I know someone else is playing? I'm completely out. Like, where are you right now?
If I'll tell you this, if it ends up being free to download via PlayStation Plus, I might cross play it, get my save data from the PC, and see what has changed in the nearly 2 years since I played it in early access.
Fair, yeah.
But it's not on my radar in terms of this year for sure. That'll definitely be I would need someone to play it and be like, hey, this game is a revelation now in 1.0 and you need to play it.
Well, maybe we'll luck out, and if I can make it through September without killing myself,
yeah, sure,
I may play it. Or this might be the lull period in 2027. If anyone could ever break away from Grand Theft Auto 6, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
But I'm interested in it. So, but here's the thing, guys. We're halfway through the show at this
We're
point.
halfway through the show.
And we're only getting wilder from here.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, buckle up. I'm going to just briefly touch on this one. I don't think there's really any need to talk more. Onimusha Way of the Sword drops September 25th. They showed us a gameplay focused, in like half gameplay, half like actual like story stuff. The gameplay is very parry focused. It showcased traversal and then some set piece fights. The big thing takeaway here: the demo's live now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play this later.
Yeah, so definitely interested to hear that. So jump in if you're interested in Onimusha. The demo's live. Next up, and this one I'm very excited about: Silent Hill Townfall. Silent Hill is going back first person. I think the last time we actually had not PT but an actual first person Silent Hill, it was Silent Hill Shattered Memories on the Nintendo Wii.
Whoa.
This is set first person. Looks like it's set in the 90s. Very analog. Like there was like some PC action, like checking the emails. Felt very like mid 90s. Same the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Definitely looks more like a traditional Silent Hill than Silent Hill F. And I think mainly it's just because it's set in the U.S. The music all sounds kind of the same.
True.
But it does feel, this to me was like, immediately when it came on screen, my wife goes, Silent Hill? I was like,
yeah.
Yep, Silent Hill.
I'm very
and
interested
it drops September 24th. What the fuck?
Fucking Christ, dude. I'm very, very interested to see if this goes like full Outlast of like, because it seems like there's no combat. It seems like you're only ever just like trying to stay away, which those kinds of games for me can be good, can be fun, but they can also become pretty frustrating and boring when all you're doing is running away. So I'm very interested to see if combat does become a focus of this game at all, and if not, what they have up their sleeve to make it feel fresh the whole time, and not start to feel like this is just a new thing to hide from. But vibe wise, off the charts for this game. And Coal Mine's saying that this is in coastal Scotland or Ireland, if I recall correctly.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, with it being like Western architecture is already just going to give more traditional Silent Hill vibes to that. Neither here nor there. To your point, I'm more excited to see. This is one that I want to see more gameplay of before I buy in. Another one that I think, and this one more so than Silent Hill Townfall, I definitely think this game needs a demo badly. And that is Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thief.
Yeah, agreed.
It is the most anime game that is not anime. This trailer was really like story heavy with a lot of gameplay. And it feels like, and I don't remember, maybe I'm wrong here, that Ace Combat's always been story heavy. But this seemed like legitimately like there is a hard hitting story that will be taking place.
I had no idea this was the vibe of Ace Combat. I've just always checked out anytime I've ever seen the words Ace and Combat together. So I thought this was just like a vanilla ass dogfighting game, American military propaganda. Turns out it's anime ass bullshit. I had no idea. Because I've never given it any sort of light of day. So I'm not going to say I'm interested in this game because I'm not. but I am at least open to maybe becoming interested in this game now that I know it's anime ass bullshit.
There was back a few weeks ago, we did an episode on Dido about if you were to watch a game be played, you should be paying money for that to like support the developers. And like I wasn't as much on it, the idea of that, but I get it. This is one of those games where like I probably will never touch, but now that I've seen the trailer, I am very interested in knowing what the story is.
Sure.
Because I love anime ass bullshit stories, dude.
Yeah,
I
you
love
do.
my kung fu stories, and this sounds exciting. The thing here too, and this is another big thing for people. The game drops on October 2nd with early access dropping on September 29th. Guess what? We're back in September, baby. The other cool thing is if you pre-order Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thief, it also includes a copy of Ace Combat 0 as a pre-order bonus, which I think is pretty cool too. So for the Ace Combat people out there, this looks really cool. Whether it's a game that Patrick and I play, probably not high hopes on that, but does look really cool.
Yeah.
And that being said, Patrick,
Yeah.
I'm going to pass the floor to you for this next game.
Oh my god, dude, are you joking?
You know exactly the game I'm talking about. So go ahead. I'm going to let you tell me what your thoughts were that when that first car comes barreling around the corner.
I'm watching this and I'm like, I'm in disbelief. I'm like, I know this car. And I said on stream, is this a 10-second car? Because like, are we getting a fucking Fast and Furious game?
Dude, I
and then
screamed it.
And then it wasn't Fast and Furious. And I was so confused because I was like, wait, what could this be? And it wasn't until the end of the trailer when we saw the DeLorean and we saw Marty throw his hand out before watch the tape, run it back. It clicked. I was like, oh, we're getting Stuntman? I can't fucking believe they're bringing Stuntman back.
Wow.
And I am going to play the wheels off of this game.
Literally.
Because Stuntman is such a niche. Like, I remember playing, like, this was a Hollywood video ass game, a blockbuster ass game. Give me 5 days and I'll return that shit. But I'm going to play for those 5 days and have a great time. So I hope that Saber can capture that magic again. I'm willing to bet they can't, and that this is a game stuck in time that won't feel good in 2026. But
Here's
we'll see.
the thing. I think that we are maybe a bit too critical on Saber. I don't think Saber is as bad, and I think they push out a lot of stuff. And I don't think this game needs to be intrinsically good. All it needs to do is just hit the same highs that the last Stuntman did, or just like what we remember it being. And as long as you can give us that, this is a perfect 7 out of 10 game for me.
Sure. And I guess to clarify, I don't think it's because of Saber. I just worry that Stuntman is a
Isn't going
game
to age well.
that is
I got you.
best left in 2006. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
It's going to be exciting to see, but to bookend it, or not to bookend it, to fill the ends of your book, you missed Knight Rider. The car from Knight Rider.
Oh, that's right. I did miss Knight
That's
Rider.
so you missed that one, but we don't have a release date yet or even a window. It just said coming soon, but it did say coming soon to PlayStation 5. So presumably good news there. All right. The next game is a game that I went from being like, when it first came, like popped up, I was like, the fuck is this? And then I was like, oh, Mundfish? Of course. They've got like 14 games currently in development. And then it got further in, and we got to see more of one game that I felt very icky about from the Game Awards. And oh my god, the ick level only got more intense, and my hype level came up with it. And
I'm
that
sure
is
it did.
Ill. Ill. So Ill is it's from Mundfish, the team behind Atomic Heart, I believe, I don't even really know what Mundfish
that's
is at this
them.
point.
I didn't know that.
They're doing a lot of games, and this is from Team Clout, which is under Mundfish. So however that works, someone could probably answer. It is horribly gruesome. It is a first-person survival horror game. It looks very similar in like the sneaking around in the dark, creepy, wet everythings from like the Metro series. But dear fucking god, this game looks straight up pants-shittingly horrifying. Like,
I hate the way this game looks.
oh my god.
I'm getting Scorn vibes, and I don't want it. I don't like it. This is not for me. This is too gross for me.
If this game plays anywhere close to what Metro played as, like just combat-wise,
Oh, sure.
I'm fully sold on it, and I am I'm buckling my belt, just getting ready to get absolutely scared shitless.
Yeah. Heroic Headgear,
So,
very excited about how this game looks. Going to be
Dude, yeah.
terrifying in the best way, he says.
I'm so excited. There's also, they had to blur out nudity in the gameplay trailer. So we're getting hogs on screen, guys.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting hogs on screen in 2027, I might add, because that is the window for this game's release date. Okay, now, big one upcoming. We kind of slowed down a little bit, and we were getting some hits, I think. Like, they did a really good job pacing in this state of play.
This was a well-paced
with, like,
one for sure.
kind of just throwing out little things of getting you excited, and then the heavy hitters start dropping, and they start dropping quick. We get our first real story-focused trailer, I would say, for Control Resonant.
In the way that, yeah, I feel like the last one was like a bit story-focused, but this one definitely was landed on thick for sure.
Well, I think the last one also was much more like, here's a lot of gameplay of what this game is going to look like when you play it. We got a little bit of gameplay.
Yeah.
It was kind of flipped the inverse, where I feel like the last
Yeah,
one
that's a
was
good point.
like 25% story, 75% gameplay. This is a flip of that. So
I would agree.
much more story. You don't need to show me anything more. I am fucking locked in. My only concern is that we got a story, a fucking release date of September 24th.
Yeah.
So, where are we going to have the time to play any of these games?
Brother.
It's like everyone is like, I really feel like all these studios were like, Grand Theft Auto's dropping in November. We have to get ahead of that as quick as we fucking can.
Yeah. I will say though, so in terms of that week in September, Dune Awakening, Control Resonant, Onimusha Way of the Sword, Silent Hill Townfall, I think Control Resonant is the clear favorite to break through of all of those games. Like I think of them, Control Resonant has the least to worry about, I think.
I think you're probably right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it looks so fucking good.
Dude,
oh
it
my
looks
god,
so
I cannot
fucking good.
wait for this
Oh my-
game.
I'm absolutely fucking jonesing for this game.
Yeah. Me too.
I don't really. Once again, it's another one. Don't show me anymore. I'm just excited for September to play that. That's probably going to be, and I have to hold off until like October to give myself actual time to beat
Sure.
Wolverine and whatever else is coming.
Yeah, we got to
before
figure
that.
out how to get review codes from our homies over at Remedy because
Right.
we need review
Quite a
codes
few
for
of them.
something that week, or else
Yeah, we're fucked. We're gonna have to. We're definitely gonna have to divvy shit up. The next up after Control Resonant, we got a look at a blackout mode looking thing called Nightfall for a marathon. So there was
Yeah.
one thing that I did get correct where I was like, we're definitely getting marathon is going to be part of this somehow. Nightfall, I don't really understand anything about marathon, but I know Nightfall, I think, just makes the map pitch black, which, to be honest with you, looks really fucking cool. I think that was a really clever thing that they're doing, and I don't know if this is something that other shooters have done. I'm just not really big in that scene.
Yeah.
But I do think it's really cool. It drops today. There's an open trial period that's going live, I believe, right this week.
today through next Tuesday, to the second to
And
the
so, if you were to purchase Marathon during this open trial period, because you can play for free right now, and if you buy Marathon, it's on discount during this week. So I don't know what the price is currently. I'm looking this up. Marathon.
I think it's a $40 or a $50 game.
Marathon. I think it's a $40 game. It was $40. It's currently marked to $27.
Okay.
That's actually pretty. Yeah, so
pretty
$13 off right now. That's really good, I'd say. That's like definitely like budget in the range of
Yeah.
me feeling much more of like, if I only get 10 hours out of this, I feel a lot better. Dropping.
Yeah,
that
if
money
it
on
wasn't
that.
such a busy week, I'd like to maybe
Right.
squat up on this free version, but I just don't know that I'm ever going to have the time for a game like
Dude,
Marathon, so
yeah.
I think I'm just going to let other people enjoy this.
It might be we have to do it on a Monday night just after all of this, or we might be just asleep all day Monday after this
Right.
week. But if you're
Sirius
interested in
says-
it, yeah.
Yeah, Sears says that it's a night version of one of the maps with reanimated versions of runner shells haunting it, and the vibes are great. PvE.
That's fucking cool, honestly.
Yeah,
Look, here's the thing. Like, I know Bungie right now is floundering, and there's a lot of ambiguity around the future of Bungie, but I don't think that Marathon is a failure. And it might be commercially, but I think what they're doing, and from the response that people have played the game, because you have your trolls online that are gonna just shit on it regardless. It doesn't matter if it was a 10 out of 10; they're gonna shit on it regardless. But I think what they're doing, and from the people that played the game, are like, this game fucking rips. And like, it might not be the game for me, and I might never touch it. And I'm part of the problem for that. But also at the same time, like, I think what I've seen of the game looks really cool.
Yeah.
And with coupling that with what people are saying about like it is, I just wish that I could get into the group and play it and not feel terrible. But I'm just bad at these types of games, so it's just not as fun for me.
For sure.
Okay, this is gonna be a quick one, and that is PlayStation Plus announcements.
Oh yeah.
So we'll just briefly run through this. So it was announced that come fall of 2026, RuneScape Dragons Wild is coming to PlayStation Plus in the fall of 2026, the fall of this year. I don't know what that means exactly. They made it seem like RuneScape Dragons Wild is out in some capacity. I know Lucas, one of my good friends, Lucas, is a big RuneScape guy, and he was like pretty hyped on the game. I have a feeling I will be playing it when it does drop, because I have a feeling he'll make me like co-op with him, because there's co-op involved in the game. I know nothing about RuneScape though, but this seems cool that we're getting it. It seems day one on release, so awesome there. The Classics catalog. Now this one actually has one that I'm very fucking hyped for.
I know there's at least one.
So in June we're getting Gitaru Man, which I know Jake will most likely be playing day one when it drops. In July we're getting Psyops, and in August we're getting Onimusha Dawn of Dreams. Now, Psyops on the PlayStation
Psyops.
2.
Fuck yeah, Psyops.
I fucking loved that game, and I've been clamoring. That and The Suffering are two games that I've been clamoring to get some remake, reimagining, or re-release of. Getting this on Classic Catalog, I am beyond fucking hyped for this. This is so fucking exciting. So I'll see you guys in July while I'm playing Psyops. What is it? The Mind Conspiracy? God, what a
The Mind Gate Conspiracy.
There you go. There you go. What a fucking name, dude. And that's the Classic Catalogs. Now, we have two more announcements. And so we'll start with the first.
Yeah.
Pops up and it says Fire Sprite.
Confuse the fuck out of me.
Fire Sprite is, if I remember correctly, it is another studio that just renamed themselves.
So Fire Sprite is no, but this is why it's confusing. So there's Fire Sprite and there's Fire Walk. Fire Sprite is the one that did the Horizon VR spinoff, Call of the Mountain, which is, I thought they were Fire Walk, which is the studio that had announced Fair Games, which supposedly is getting a new name soon. And so this whole trailer, I was like, how is this a fucking, not an extraction shooter, it's like Payday or whatever. And I was so confused the whole time until finally someone in chat, I forget who it was like, oh, no, you're thinking of Fire Walk. Fire Sprite is this studio. So but I had no idea that they were working on this game.
So it starts off and we're on this beautiful island. And it's just this gorgeous vista, very Far Cry 3-esque opening. You have a bunch of Gen Z fuckers walking around being very annoying looking with the hair and everything. And I'm immediately like, man, we are really grasping for young people right now. But then something feels a little off. And I'm like sitting there, I look at my wife and I go, man, this shit looks like Until Dawn in the Jungle.
Yeah.
Until Dawn 2! And I fucking screamed, Patrick.
Yeah.
My wife looks at me and she goes, Cayman, you are not on camera right now.
That's so funny.
What are you doing? And I was like, I don't think you fucking understand. And she goes, what? And then the dude gets fucking cut in half and his organs fall out.
Yeah,
and she goes,
yeah.
what the fuck is this? And then you see the dude fly off the side of the cliff and crush. And she's like,
has she not played Until Dawn?
no.
Oh, brother.
So she is like, what is happening? And I was like, dude, we are in for a fuck. If this plays half as good as Until Dawn, we're in for a fucking treat, Patrick.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me how you're feeling about it as someone else who loved Until Dawn.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. Like you wouldn't think so based on the reaction, but it's because I was just so confused about what I was watching. But now that I've had time to sit with it, Neil Newbin, Janina Gavankar, a bunch of faces I don't recognize.
What's his name? Dacker Montgomery?
I don't know who that is.
Dacker.
And of course, Peter Stormare. Come on, bro. So I'm all in on Until Dawn 2 because I love the first one, and I feel like it's so interesting that
Yes.
it's Fire Sprite, but whenever like with the games that what's the name of the company that usually does these games?
That would be fuck. Who is the name of that studio?
That company, whoever I'm talking about.
That company. Yeah,
Like
I know
when
exactly.
I feel
yeah.
like there's a big difference in their games with Supergiant. Thank you, Sir Dr. J.
Yeah.
I feel like there's such a big difference when it's Until Dawn, The Quarry versus any of their motion picture games, whatever they're called. Their subtitle that they always put on their games. I feel like there's such a huge quality difference when it's like a new IP versus one that's just added on to that franchise. Right. And so even though this isn't Supergiant, Dark Pictures Anthology, thank you. I can't find any of the words I'm looking for, Two-Monther. Even though this isn't Supergiant, or no, isn't Supergiant the people that do Hades? Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm trying to say I'm very excited for Supermassive. Yeah, Supergiant does Hades.
Supermassive, yeah.
Supermassive.
Yeah.
I'm just very excited for Until Dawn 2. Is ultimately what I'm stumbling through.
So before we get fucking hate mail or some asshole jumps into the YouTube comments and is like, "That's not how you say the name." It is Dacre Montgomery.
Okay.
Dacre Montgomery. He's in Stranger Things season 2. He's the ginger girl's brother that dies at the end of season 2. Spoiler alert.
Spoilers. God, you love spoiling shit on these
I
podcasts.
love spoilers. He's the Red Ranger in Power Rangers reboot. Dacre Montgomery. He is indeed in Until Dawn 2.
Nice.
So, I'm fucking stoked for this shit. I'm very excited about this. I think this is, and I don't know, it may come out to be just an absolute slog to play. It looks cool. I love the idea of having a game like this set on a desert or on a tropical island, because it kind of subverts that expectation that you get from horror games of everything has to be dimly lit and scares only happen in the dark. That's why I love Midsommar. Is like Midsommar's terrifying because everything is so bright, and it just it makes you unsettled. So I love the idea of what they're doing here. And man, at this point, I was like, all right, that's it.
Yeah,
that's the big
also,
announcement.
I do think we say Midsummer for that movie.
No, I'm pretty sure we say Midsommar.
I'm pretty sure we say summer. We'll take it offline.
We'll take it offline. We'll take it offline.
I fear we'll take it offline. We'll circle back.
I fear. Where's cognitive right now? Are you still cooking dinner, or you got your finger up about to explain Swedish lore to me, you bitch boy? Okay, so at this point in the state of play, I'm like, that's it. That was the last thing.
Yeah, it felt
that would be on a normal state of play. That's where it ends. And even at this point, that would have been probably fine for me. I would have thought this was a pretty good, borderline great state of play at this point. But then some person comes on screen, and I can't remember their name, and they say, all right, well, that's the state of play. But before we go, we've got one more game to show you. Here is 20 uninterrupted minutes of a new title from a Sony first-party studio. Cut to black. Boom. We get this.
And they held that black for a second.
Ooh, and I'm like, what's happened? Dude, I'm over here fucking, I'm rubbing my hands together like a greedy little boy. Call me Mr. Burns over here. I'm getting greedy. And I'm like, what's going to happen? Boom. Pops up. PlayStation. So Sony Interactive does the sign. I'm like, okay. I'm like, there's no way it's intergalactic at this point. Sony Santa Monica. Oh, fuck yeah. And then boom. We get Kratos' voice. And I'm like, that's the opening line from God of War 2018. What the fuck? And it's him carrying Faye's dead body. We get the opening cutscene, her lighting on fire. Her spirit comes out. It hits some door thing. She comes back to life in a different realm. And it's fucking Deborah Wool from Daredevil. And I'm like,
from True Blood, sir.
Okay, yeah, I didn't watch True Blood, so that's.
Oh, you would love True Blood. You gotta watch it.
Probably. I'm trying to watch The Strain. Guillermo del Toro's The Strain.
Oh wow, sure.
Trying to rewatch that now. It's fine. And I'm over here like,
yeah,
bro, what? We're getting the Faye game. We're getting the Faye game.
Yeah.
What precedes is 20 uninterrupted minutes of just the literal opening of the game.
Yeah.
You get the start button, like start game. This is the opening of the game.
Oh yeah.
It is just like God of War, where it is one complete shot so far. One complete shot from what we've seen. This may change later in the game, but I doubt it, to be honest. What proceeds for that next 20 minutes is fucking mind-boggling.
It looks so fucking good. I watched leading up to the podcast on the PlayStation blog. There's like a 24-minute interview that Corey Barlog does with the game director, Ariel Lawrence, I think her name is. And it's just, I'm so like, I couldn't be more fucking hyped for this game. And I love already how different the combat looks. Like, it still has those bones of 2018 God of War and Ragnarok, but very clearly Faye seems to control in a much faster way. Yeah. They've brought the jump button back which sounds silly, but will make this game feel very different, I'm sure, being able to jump.
It almost looks like Devil May Cry style combat.
And a little bit, yeah.
How with like fast and fluid it is, up in the air juggling.
Yeah, the juggling. Yeah. Oh, this game, it looks unbelievably good. And the rumor that we've been hearing for so long, I was getting a bit jaded on this idea of the mixing of mythologies, because it's been a rumor for so fucking long that it's like, I don't know, is that really going to hit? And now realizing that this game takes place in the afterlife of the gods, and Faye is going to come in contact with other gods that are dead.
Yep.
Like such as the Mongolian god of war, Begzi, I think is, I wrote these down in the Discord and I forgot to pull it up before this. I think it's Begzi is the Mongolian one, and then Sekhmet is the Egyptian goddess of war and other things too. Like, this game, I'm so fucking hyped for. Just already, like, that blew me out of the fucking water with these 20 uninterrupted minutes of this game.
Dude, that 20 minutes, my jaw was just on my chest the whole time.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking good. And there's so many little things that they tease in that 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Of like just building a story around. And I'm curious if this is going to be like a full-fledged, like 20 plus hour game, like the last two God of Wars have been. If this is going to be a smaller experience, like an 8-hour game.
I'm thinking this is like 30.
Then the question becomes like, what is Corey Barlog working on now?
Well, there were the rumors a while ago about the new sci-fi IP. It could be that, or it could just be that he's not game directing anymore, because game directing God of War 2018 almost took everything from him, and now he just is in a producer capacity.
I mean, maybe so. Either way, I think that this was the sledgehammer that I was expecting.
Yeah.
And I would have been fine if we did. I'm in the middle a little disappointed that we didn't get some bigger announcement, but dropping this in the subtitle, it's God of War Le Fay is going to be the title.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how you pronounce it. I watched the thing. Apparently it's Lao Fei is how they say it in the video.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Lao Fei, God of War Lao Fei.
Lao Fei.
So good Lord, it just looks so fucking incredible.
It looks so fucking good. Also, there was a line Cirrus reminded me of. The afterlife of all magic. So the beginning point of all magic, and where magic goes in the afterlife as well. So they're like, I guess the magical powers will be like larger than in this game because of that being in the afterlife of the gods. I'm so like, there's so much about this game. And Hiroki Edgar saying, I can't wait for her to eventually run across the Greek gods that Kratos killed.
Yep.
This is about to be game of the generation, Cayman.
You know, I was sitting there thinking too, I was like, that there's going to be some moment where she's having to reckon with the past of her husband.
Yeah. And learn these things about him that she probably doesn't know about. Oh, right. It's going to be so good.
So if Zeus doesn't make an appearance, like
Zeus is in this game. I would bet $1,000 that Zeus is in this game.
It's going to be, this is it. So this is where it wraps, right?
Yeah.
When it ends, it ends, and it pops up. It does a quick recap of all these games, and I mean, the truth is, I'm sitting here and I'm just dumbfounded, and it says in development on PlayStation 5. I'm like, all right, I think that this game could potentially be a crossover into the PlayStation 6 generation, but
I don't know. I think this will be PS5. I think this might be like Swan Song type
the Swan
because I don't
Song.
think this
Okay.
game is coming before 2028 for sure.
So this will be like well, I mean, technically, didn't Ragnarok also drop on the PlayStation 4? Am I crazy? I might be wrong.
I know.
on
I
that.
think it did. No, I think it did. I think you're right.
Okay. Because I mean, like, yeah, and I think every console needs a good swan song, and this would be a banger way to end it. And I can tell you right now, this was for me. This is what I think like took it from being a pretty good to being like this is great.
Yeah.
This was a great state of play, and this is where it lands for me.
In terms of like game reveals, I'm talking about this on Thursday. Like this game reveal blew me out of the water, and like there's just so much interesting shit in here. Like right now on the B-roll, I have Frank pulled up, the cube of what looks like Jello, and the ribbon that is holding the sword that Faye ends up picking up later in the game. I forget the ribbon's name, but I am just like, I forgot how good Sony Santa Monica is at like world building, and the amount of world building they do in 20 minutes. My jaw, like you said, on the floor at how fucking hyped I am for this game. I can't fucking wait. Also, Frank voiced by Jack Quaid, which I'm very excited about. I don't know that I've been this hyped about a game reveal in a long time. Like this,
I'm 100% with you there.
yeah, it looks so fucking good.
There was and this is definitely when I was saying before. I'm like, I have not been really hyped the last few years on really much of anything. I think the world's been really tough lately, and this is a hobby. We do it, and we get to come out and do these things. But like ultimately, at the end of the day, I am always reminded that like when I turn the game off, I'm going back to reality, and reality kind of sucks sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
And this was one of those moments where this pops up. You get the humming, that singing almost in the beginning of being like, there's no way that this is going to be God of War. There's no way this is going to be God of War. And then boom. And then it drops into a rumor that we've all been spitting around, being like, we're going to do it. Is it going to do it? I think I even said on the Dido episode, no, I think it's going to be an Atreus small title like a Miles Morales, but with Atreus and Throde.
I'm so glad it's not that.
And it wasn't. And honestly, I'm happy, just like you. I'm happy I was wrong. But like, this was it. This is what makes this to me. I'm grading this, and I'm giving this state of play an A. Is the grade I'm giving this. And it's been a very long time since I've given a state of play anything higher than like a B minus. So for me, this is an A. We started off this week with a fucking banger.
No, I do agree. I think it's the kind of thing where like this carries like half of that for me. Like that, but it's that good. And like getting the date for Control Resonant, getting a better look at Wolverine, getting a date for Onimusha, and there were a few other dates throughout as well. Like I feel like this is, even though this isn't anywhere close to a perfect state of play, I think this is, we can definitely compare to this state of play in the near future, because it's definitely the best state of play that we've had in a very long time. And agree. I think God of War Laufey is a big reason for that. So yeah, and like Colmine says just now in the chat, this has me so excited for SGF. I agree.
Yeah, I definitely think that you start like this, I only see it going up. My only hope is that Xbox doesn't shit the bed to end it on Sunday.
Sure.
And there's a very good chance that they do. Now, Patrick, we are running a little bit long, but I did want to just briefly ask you before we cut out of here.
Yeah.
Because we are going. I'm shocked that we talked this long, but I'm very happy to be back in the saddle with you again to have this conversation, where kind of basically where we started, our love of PlayStation.
Yeah.
Really getting there. So, anything that you were shocked that we didn't see at the state of play?
Honestly, not really. I think I would have been shocked had we not seen God of War Laufey, because it's just been so long rumored. But like, I didn't expect us to see Heretic. I didn't expect us to see Kingdom Hearts. I didn't really expect us to see Final Fantasy. I was a bit torn on whether, if we do see Part 3, if it would be here or at SGF proper. So I don't know. I think Colmine says, what wasn't here that you predict will be at SGF? Maybe that's Final Fantasy Part 3.
Same. Yeah, that was a big. I was shocked. I thought that would have been the. I thought that replace Until Dawn, Final Fantasy 8 or Final Fantasy 7
Yeah.
Part 3 makes sense there. Final Fantasy 9 remaster or
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 9 announcement makes sense here too. So I was a little bit shocked. We didn't. Probably the most shocking thing, we didn't get a single JRPG announcement from
Oh, yeah.
Sony.
Sure.
And that is, historically Sony has been really the forefront and the big push of JRPGs. So does that show up is Microsoft trying to cut in on the action? I know they have been for years, so maybe we see something there, but I think for me, like to your point, I think not seeing a Final Fantasy anything is weird. I definitely thought Persona 6 is getting announced during this week.
You
If
think
it
so?
didn't happen, I do, and it's going to be green. Is the
Oh,
color.
for sure.
I'm
Definitely
standing
green.
by that.
100%
So it makes sense. Maybe for the whole green thing, maybe it pops up on an Xbox. They announce it.
That's something.
But I think really for me, like I don't think there was anything here. I don't think there was anything necessarily. I was like, this is missing. I
Yeah.
do now think though that Intergalactic's going to show up at the Game Awards. I think it has to. I don't think there's a world in which it can't at this point.
I do.
With all of the turmoil happening right now with Naughty Dog allegedly, like they have to show something.
Yeah, I don't know that they have to. They should, but I wonder if we don't see that game until 2027 again, with like a 2028 date.
Really?
Yeah, but I wonder. I don't think Judas ever would have made sense for State of Play, but I do wonder if that's going to be at SGF, with
More
a date
likely there,
specifically.
yeah.
But yeah, no. Fuck. I mean, at this point,
What's the over under at this point that we of how many games do you think are going to be announced for September now?
I think we get at least 2 more for
least 2 more.
early September.
Okay, I'm going to go
And I
just briefly
think-
run through this and see.
Yeah, and while you bring that up, I think we're going to get at least one really big game after GTA 6's date. I think one company is going to be brave. Maybe it's Judas. Maybe it's Ken Levine. I don't know.
So as of right now, and I could be wrong. I just burned through that. It looks like 5 big games have been announced to drop in
September.
wherever. September. Yeah, sorry, I don't know where my brain's at right now. So ultimately, Patrick, I think this was a stellar showcase. I was very excited about it. I can't wait for the rest of SGF. But tell me more, Patrick.
Yeah.
Close us out here.
Yeah.
I did the heavy lifting for the
You did.
intro. You do the heavy lifting on the outro, Patrick.
I would love to, Cayman.
Tell us more.
We're going to be back later this week. Thursday, me, Cayman, and perhaps a special guest. Going to be talking about our favorite game announcements, our favorite game reveals. 8:30 Eastern Time, twitch.tv/dropout pod. And then, of course, we're going to be doing the SGF showcase reaction Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And after that is the Day of the Devs. Unclear if we're going to stay live and react to that as well. And then Saturday, there's a couple showcases happening. Wholesome Game Direct at noon. And I think 3 o'clock is the Future Game Showcase. Also TBD on if we're going to react to that. At the very least, Jake will be reacting to everything on his channel. Yeah. But we might also be reacting to those on Saturday here. But at the very least, we 100% are doing SGF and then also Xbox on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So definitely keep your eyes out for those and for any additional streams that we do in the meantime.
All right, great, fantastic. Well, I'm the Dumpster Boy. That's my sweet, sweet Patrick, my sweet baby boy. And it's been a pleasure being with all of you tonight on this beautiful Tuesday. We hope you all have a great rest of your week. We will see you live on Thursday and every other day this week when we're fucking reacting to things. Goodbye.